Good afternoon. My name is Mark Leonard, and I'm the chair of the board of directors for the Penquis, and I wanted to welcome everyone to our 2022 annual meeting. Looking at all of those slides at the beginning were really made me feel good and really enlightens what Penquis does for work. So thank you to everybody that were in those photos. Thank you for those that put that program together. It's truly appreciated. Although I'd rather be holding this meeting in person, I am thankful we have the opportunity to come together in a virtual setting, which allows more people to participate who otherwise may be unable to attend, like myself, who currently is on vacation many, many miles away with my recently graduated daughter. So I am certainly glad to be here with you, and I'm certainly glad that you are here with us. So welcome. As you know, we're here this evening to celebrate the great work and accomplishments made by Penquis over the past year. The theme this evening is, in times of change, Penquis is here. As Kara shares in more detail throughout the meeting, you will see the many ways this statement has proven true, and Penquis remains a vital resource, helping to meet basic needs in our community, such as housing, transportation, emergency relief during the pandemic, heating assistance. You will also hear about the tireless efforts and commitment of every staff member who works together to make this all happen. Yet another thing I am grateful for is you. Congratulations to Penquis leadership on your commitment to the mission of Penquis and to the individuals and families you serve. You have certainly put together an outstanding team on a team for such a wonderful organization, excuse me. But before we get into this evening's presentation, I'd like to thank and acknowledge Peter Baldacci, a long-standing board member at Penquis, as he completes his second term on the Penobscot County Steering Committee. Peter was assigned to the Penobscot County Steering Committee by the Penobscot County Commissioners in June of 2006. This was his second assignment to serve Penquis, and during that time, he has served 9 years on the board of directors and as the chair of the Penquis Audit Committee. A fun fact is it was actually Peter who brought me to Penquis as a steering committee member and then a board member, and ultimately tonight as the chair of the board of directors. So thank you to Peter. We appreciate his service and longstanding contribution to Penquis and to the community. So thank you, Peter. You'll be missed, but please enjoy your time with your family and, more importantly, your grandchildren. I've also had the great honor to share greetings from the U.S. Senators this evening, and I'd like to start with a greeting from Senator Collins. She writes, I am delighted to join you in celebrating another year of invaluable service to the people of Maine. For more than 50 years, Penquis has supported Mainers, helping them to prevent, reduce, or eliminate poverty and improving the quality of life for so many families. You should be proud of all your achievements. Throughout another year of COVID-19 pandemic, the Penquis staff has continued to provide resources, stability, and hope for their neighbors in need, even while facing painful losses of their own, including the passing of beloved Penquis board chair, Sarah Dubé. Sarah was a treasure, and I know she was incredibly passionate about the work you all do each day. Though she would not be at all surprised by your strength, she would be honored to know that your virtually important mission continues, a legacy of her own commitment to community service. You are a remarkable group of people dedicated to service and to the Penquis organization. So thank you for all your tireless efforts to provide financial assistance, childcare, heating assistance, housing, healthy food, education, transportation, and so many other services, all with warmth, good humor, and care. Best wishes for the year ahead. Sincerely, Susan M. Collins, United States Senator. And also earlier today, we received another note from Senator King, and that reads, to Dear Penquis team, for the past 55 years, the staff and volunteers at Penquis have been making an incredible difference in the lives of your fellow community members when they need it most. I remember touring your Harlow Street offices and seeing the safe environment you provide children and their families who are experiencing abuse and turmoil. Your work is so much more than that. You take the time to connect each client with individual services like access to heating assistance, transportation, housing, and early childhood and senior programming, just to name a few. Your steadfast efforts in each of these critical areas ensures that you are consistently providing exceptional services for your clients, undoubtedly leaving a lasting impression on countless individuals in Bangor and the surrounding community. As you gather this afternoon for your annual meeting, I hope you take a moment to celebrate the success you've experienced over the last year and continue to work towards identifying ways to better meet each client's unique needs. I wish you all well and thank you for all you are doing for the people of Maine. Best regards, Angus S. King Jr., United States Senator. Thank you to both of them for providing those. In closing, again, thank you to everyone of you who are in attendance this evening and those who couldn't attend. Penquis wouldn't be able to provide the outstanding services we provide without you. So from the board of directors and from myself, thank you. It's now my honor and pleasure to introduce Penquis President and CEO, Kara Hay, to move forward with the rest of the presentation. Again, thank you. Kara?
Thank you so much, Mark. And by the way, everyone, Mark is on vacation. You heard that, right? He's literally not at the beach to be here. So how much of an amazing chair is he? Thank you so much, Mark, for your leadership. Thank you to the governing board. And thank you to everyone, the hundreds of you that are here today. Hi, welcome. I'd love to say it's great to see you. I can't see you. You can see us. So what I'd love you to do is tell me you're here. Tell us you're here. Put your name in your chat. How are you today? Fill it up. I want to see how you're doing and I want to know you're out there. Welcome to our annual meeting. We're so happy that you're here. Oh, I'm seeing some hellos come through. Love it. Keep it coming. Let me just share my screen while everybody checks in. Okay, look at all the comments coming in. I love that so much. Welcome, welcome everyone. And look, though I can't see you, Mark can't see you, feel free to jump in and chat away. I'm gonna look up and see all the chat in front of me and it makes me feel like I can see you. Angela, Lisa, and Casey, goodness, they're coming through fast and furious. Keep checking in so we know you're out there. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday night for our annual meeting. We have so much to celebrate. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to engage you all in some polls to see what you know. We're going to have some great door prizes, of course. And we just hope that ultimately when you leave, you feel connected to our work, that staff and committees and partners, you feel appreciated, that you understand where Penquis has been and where we're going, and that you are ready to enjoy a beautiful Maine summer. So let's get started. The first person I would like to start with, clearly, as was alluded to in Senator Collins' letter, is our longtime beloved board member and chair, colleague, advocate, friend, Sarah Dubé. As you can see here in this picture, she just exuded energy and warmth and commitment to our communities. And when she lost her life to cancer last November of 2021, it was very, very hard, of course, for everyone who knew and loved her and for our communities that she supported tirelessly. So we wanted to just stop for a moment and honor her and just thank her with our hearts for the 7 years she gave to Penquis in so many ways. And if you didn't know Sarah, she was the first one, that her on the right in that heart, that was her on a late night telethon call, answering telethon, like, want to give a turkey? Here's how you give. She's also one of the first board members to show up early in the Brewer Hannaford, shucking turkeys when it's 20 degrees and pouring rain to make sure families had turkeys for Thanksgiving. Sarah modeled so much beauty and grace and just generosity, and we are so deeply thankful for her. In fact, shortly before she passed, she says to some of those who are close to her, please remember that in life, hard things can come at you, and when given the choice, eat the ice cream, meaning, I know that hard things can come and you might not always have a chance for joy. So when you have a chance, take it, eat the ice cream. With that in mind, those photos you saw in the waiting room, a number of those were from our agency days, which we themed Eat the Ice Cream in Sarah's honor. And we had ice cream at all 7 of those, making sure that we really lived what she modeled and that we remember to continue to eat the ice cream. So let me tell you a little bit about who we are, where we're going, why we're doing what we're doing, where it's all happening, and then get you to weigh in. So let's go ahead and start. So Penquis, our vision is for a poverty-free Maine where all people lead healthy lives full of opportunities to work and learn. Our goal is for all Maine people to be safe, healthy, connected, and financially secure. With that in mind, everything we do is focused on helping families and communities make measurable improvements in 4 areas: economic security, which includes the creation of high quality affordable housing, reliable transportation, school readiness, and healthy lives. Here is just a quick 30-second clip that shows a little bit more about how we accomplish our work to improve Maine lives.
As times change, Penquis remains a resource, providing vital support when it's needed most. Penquis offers over 50 programs, including childcare, transportation, affordable housing, and many other services that support safety, well-being, and financial security. Together, we have the opportunity to strengthen and improve the quality of life of Mainers of all ages. Visit penquis.org to learn more and see how easy it is for you to make a difference in someone's life today.
I'd like to give special thanks to WABI for pulling that quick commercial together to help our community to understand all that we're doing. And in fact, when you think about those 4 categories, there's a whole lot underneath that's happening there. And we thought that I could literally talk about the 50 programs, but it's a lot to get your hands around. But what I think you can get your hands around is this. And these are the words of our own staff. When we said, what is it you do every day? Describe your words around what your work is. And with that, we created a wordle around it. This is what our staff said. I will not read the whole thing, but a few things to acknowledge. Providing a safe, caring environment for children, helping survivor and survivor advocacy, preventing violence, making a difference, creating housing, being a lighthouse in the storm. These are the words that our staff use to capture our work. So many wonderful programs and services aimed at those 4 categories. That is what we do. So ready for our first poll. This is very exciting. I'm sure it's going to go off flawlessly. We just talked about what we do. Now the question is, where do we do it? So your first question, you're all going to weigh in on. How many counties does Penquis serve? Is it 3? Is it 14? Or is it 8? It's anonymous. Go ahead and weigh in. I'm curious to see what you all know. Okay, I'll give you just a bit longer. Oh, a lot of chats. Okay, all right, here we go. The results are, look at this, pretty darn even. 39% say 3 counties, 28% say 14, and 33% say 8. So let's see who's right. So interestingly, you'll see up in the upper left-hand corner, our traditional service area is absolutely 3 counties, Penobscot, Piscataquis, and Knox. So those of you who thought 3, you're not wrong. We do serve 3. But through time, we have grown and expanded to cover many counties, and even in some programs like the foster grandparent, almost the entire state of Maine. In fact, the foster grandparent program serves 14 counties in the state of Maine. So if you got that right, giving you a little round of applause. If you didn't know, maybe you all will get it next year for those of you who just learned. Okay, we talked about what we do, we talked about where we do it. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about how we accomplish our work. So this picture that you see here pre-pandemic was actually a little less than half of our staff. Today, we have roughly 600 employees and many volunteers to help us accomplish the work. In 1 year, roughly 70,000 volunteer hours. This is even in the face of pandemic recovery. We have, depending on how you count them, over 50 programs and services. We partner across sectors with anyone and everyone who's willing to do so to really create change. And this year, our annual operating budget, far larger than ever before, much because of a number of pandemic responses, was $107 million. All of this together, employees, volunteers, programs, partnerships, and funding are aimed to lift, to guide, to support, to create a bridge for anyone who has either lived something that needs support or is struggling financially. And in everything that we do, every piece of our work and the systems that support it, we do it with deep kindness. I love this image. I love how it moves too. I've looked at it many times. It just makes my heart happy. In fact, if you look at just a couple of comments from Reddit, you'll see these lovely quotes. Whoops, sorry, I went past it. But they talk about how important it is for our organization, how there we are for our community. And it just really speaks to the great work that we're accomplishing. When we ask our staff, here you are doing amazing things, fantastic. Well, what do you think about your coworkers? How are you, Penquis staff, as a team? How do you feel about your teammates? And this is their response. Awesome, great, passionate, helpful, hardworking, friendly, fun, teammate, lovable. People often say our staff, our coworkers, they are our family, which you'll see large and in the middle there. Our staff work together very, very hard every single day and overcome great adversity and amazing challenges. And I know that you all know that Maine has the most amazing strengths. And we also are really faced with a lot of significant barriers and challenges. With that in mind, I'm going to have you take another poll. And before I show you what it is, let me just say that every 3 years, Penquis goes through a comprehensive community needs assessment. And the intent of that assessment is to really look at all the data to see what are the biggest barriers, obstacles, and needs of our state, because that data should shape where we're focused to really improve and change lives. So let me ask you this question. When you think about the needs you see in our community, what do you think the top need was identified as through the community needs assessment? You can pick one choice. Oh, it's waffling. So you can't see while you're putting it in, but I can. Give it a bit longer. Hundreds of people in this meeting. Okay, let's share the results. All right, so dental care at 4%, definitely a need, but not the top. Affordable apartments, 55% of you think that's the top need. Access to mental health, I'm seeing 41%. Let's see who's right. For those of you who said affordable apartments, well done, 55%. This is a critical need across our state, as you know. Affordable, high quality housing is really at a very, very difficult spot for us right now. That being said, all of these were the top 10 needs identified through our community needs assessment. What that then means, as I stated before, is that we as an organization have to think about what strategies we want to employ to try to partner, align, or really scale up to address these needs. So a few of the highlights that I'd like to hold up that directly address some of the needs you just saw are in these categories. And I'm going to go through just a few. And please understand, every single day, our staff are accomplishing beautiful, miraculous things that change lives. For the sake of right now, I'm going to hold up just a few from these categories. In the area of bolstering housing and support services, with the creation of Newton Place and Olive Street, we've added 46 new homes in Bangor. We've also expended $32 million in emergency rental assistance, helping to keep people stably housed since March of 2021. In addition, with our new homeowner assistance fund, we're helping homeowners to retain their homes. And people that are lighting up the chat, thank you, keep going, share your thoughts. How are we doing? What excites you? In the area of increasing financial supports, I just love this one. I actually had to check in with Jen Josia earlier because I had to make sure the number was right. This was our first year of coordinating free tax prep assistance in our region, first time in a very long time. And we received a Catalyst and Financial Stability Award from the IRS, one of 3 organizations in the nation to receive that award. Well done, team. We also have allocated resources to help a whole lot of people struggling with basic needs, whether it's older Mainers who are homebound that need access to fresh local produce, or children who would like to go to summer camp and can't afford to do so, helping to coach and train small businesses, or even helping to fund security deposits. We have been there to provide financial support. We've also worked with great partners to help give some funding directly to organizations doing amazing work. Helping Hands with Heart in Dover Foxcroft Food Pantry, and the Landing Place in Rockland are all organizations we've worked closely with and given funding to help support rural communities. In the category of youth programming, we've expanded youth programming in a lot of ways. We recently launched programs to provide housing and support services for youth who are experiencing or are at risk of homelessness, and also have provided them with life skills that help to provide a pathway to employment success. Within holistic family supports, which I'll talk a little bit more about later as well, we've initiated a whole families coaching program, which is really about wrapping around an entire family versus working with one individual. We've also implemented a new behavioral health navigation program that helps to connect people to behavioral health and social supports they need. And these individuals historically have often fallen through the cracks. We're very, very excited. And then lastly, we've expanded transportation services thanks to a grant from the Federal Transit Administration that is allowing us to expand hours of transportation into the evening and on the weekends. Now, I mentioned all of these highlights. They're just a few. I think it was 13 or 14 highlights of a large organization doing many, many things. It's important again, and staff who are here, board members, partners, please hear me. These are amazing accomplishments, but equally amazing is the accomplishments that are happening every single day. The tireless commitment, the warm heart, the dedication of staff every day across the year. We asked our staff in their words, what do they feel are their biggest accomplishments? And this is what they said. Changing children's lives, creating safe, affordable housing, showing families they're not alone, getting homeless individuals housed into motels and then their own apartments, reaching youth to engage and empower in compassionate discussion, being a support for others. If this slide doesn't embody what Penquis is and what we are doing, I don't know what does. And thank you, staff, for sharing your input in this. So let's take a poll. We have just 2 more polls. So you just heard a whole lot around some of the impact that we're having and the way that our staff view the work. In addition to what we're accomplishing every day, we also have a number of community campaigns that we participate in. I know you all know about these: toys for the holidays, turkeys for Thanksgiving, backpacks for school, and coats to stay warm in the winter. The third question is this: how many people do you believe we serve through our community campaigns in 1 year? 1,290, 5,520, 8,160. Oh, it's going back and forth. I'd like to just say that nobody has picked 1,290. That's interesting. That's a big number, 1,290. Let me show you. So 15% believe it's 5,520 and 85% believe it's 8,160 individuals served in a year through our community campaigns. Let's see who's right. Smart group we have here. You're absolutely right. Through the 4 campaigns, 8,160 people served. Now, in addition to the campaigns, there are many, many ways to look at impact, and we're going to do that in a few different ways. Here are just a few numbers. As you can imagine, with an organization of our size, there are a lot of numbers that we can share. But in 1 year, 939 individuals received housing counseling. Over 1,100 received assistance to isolate safely when faced with COVID-19. Over 1,100 families were strengthened with parental education and support. 2,700 received rental assistance, and over 8,000 individuals received help heating their home. And when it comes to links and our transportation team, 9,900,000 miles traveled to get people to their destination. Now, let me just say for that last number, and I actually looked this up over the weekend to make sure I had it right, in the face of a pandemic, what does 9,900,000 miles look like? That is actually the distance from the Earth to the moon and back 20 times. Now, feel free to blow up the chat on that. Angela Hauser, you are right. Transportation absolutely rocks. That's an amazing number. We can also talk about impact from some of the client stories and their quotes. Here is one. Someone told me about a program through Penquis CAP, and I went ahead and applied for the rental assistance. Well, amazingly, I was approved and a big weight was lifted off my shoulders. Penquis CAP has done a lot for this community, and I just can't say enough about them. And this other client, thanks again for all your support, encouragement, knowledge, reminders, and understanding, invaluable to me. I can't say that I've ever really had advising and guidance from anyone to any significant degree. It's quite an amazing difference, like being on the ocean floor and realizing there's a little jetpack built into the weight belt, whoosh, upwards. Love that quote. So let's see our final poll. Let's see how you do on this one about our impact. With that in mind, how many lives are touched by Penquis on any given day? Now, let me say this. We could say that we serve 30,000 people across the year, but on any given day, on June 21st, 2022, how many people do we touch on that day, on any given day? 1,500, 2,000, 4,000, or none of the above? Still, votes are still coming in. We'll give them a moment. It's getting close. It's spreading out. Goodness, chat's lighting up. Let's see. 11% say 1,500. This one's pretty split. 2,000 say 39%. 4,000 says 32%. And none of the above says 17%. Let's see what the actual answer is. True. On any given day, Penquis serves 6,000 individuals. 6,000. Now, just so you know, I looked at this image and I said to the resource development team, how many people are in this picture? And they said, we don't know. I said, I'm going to count. So yesterday, I actually counted every picture on this screen. And believe it or not, this is a little over 1,100 people. So on one day, Penquis serves over 5 times this many people. What a powerful image, and how it signifies our great work. So there are many ways to talk about impact, as I've said, and you've heard numbers and you've heard quotes, but probably the most meaningful way to talk about our work is to simply hear from someone who has received our services. And it's my great pleasure to share just a 5-minute video of Kim and what she's benefited from and her experience with Penquis, as well as with general assistance.
Fell down the stairwell head first. Within 10 minutes of moving into my apartment, the movers just left, and I went back down the stairwell and missed a step. And I felt myself falling for it. I'm just thinking, no, I had broken my wrist and my finger, and about, not long later, my back. I had knocked my nerves that I couldn't move my arm. So helpful here, and we're able to find out what do I do, and I'm just saying, look, I'm going to get well, in a, this will all heal and everything, and my health did not follow suit as quickly as I would hope. I had vouchers for food. I had to decide between, toothpaste or deodorant this month. The transportation, what am I going to do? I couldn't drive at the time. And making bus tickets. And I was humbled. I found myself in line at churches for extra food. And, it opened up a whole new area of my life on the bus. And they said, have you been to Penquis? And I they explained the organization to me, and I found out where it was and went in, and they said, oh, sure, apply for this, apply for that. Found out that I was eligible for my medical appointments. That was an amazing thing. I said, you're kidding me, People at Penquis, so kind, so nice. If you're in that position of find yourself low income, to not have people who are in any way condescending or anything. I not only Penquis, general assistants. These are the first people that I met. Medical personnel, general assistants, people that work for the city. I landed at a wonderful, wonderful city. look at my neighbor banging on my door, and the school was hazy. And I looked to a window that was about 4 feet away, and it was solid flame. Immediately, I was like, yay, Penquis. I have finally found a place to live where I can breathe. I have peace. I am finally sleeping and enjoying life. I love being the people, the scenery, and living here. I would like to say to Penquis, if there's anything I can do, volunteer-wise, I do.
I have to admit that chokes me up. I've seen it just a few times, but it really touches my heart, Kim's story and her appreciation and just her interest in giving back. It's just, I hope it touches you all like it touches my heart. And that's important to say that the work that we're doing impacts the community, but it also impacts us. Every one of our staff also receives something from what they're giving out to the community. When asked our staff how they're impacted by the work, these are the words that came up from them. And the bigger the word, the more often it came up. So rewarding being the largest, fulfilling, busy, challenging, very important, love my job, supportive. I do want to hold up there are some things in there that are not perfect, right? The word stressful's in there, the word crazy's in there, the work is hard. So it's important to say that it's not always easy, but what matters are the really large words, that it's rewarding and that it's supportive and that it's here for the community. So thank you, staff, for sharing all of your thoughts. So our impact is greater because we're doing this together with so many others. We partner with so many organizations, businesses, banks, individuals, with everyone who'll partner with us. And because of that, it makes such a difference in the community. With that in mind, I want to give thanks, and a number of our community partners are here. We have people from across the country who have joined us that are taking the time out of a beautiful Tuesday night to listen in to the great work of Penquis. In particular, I'd like to thank some of our specific partners, both on our state and national partners. Here are some of them. Pause just for a moment so you can look through. As well as our community partners, many. Pause again so you have a chance to look. Thank you, thank you, thank you, partners. Thank you for all you give and how we come together to support individuals who are struggling. So as we go forward, what does our future hold? As we go forward, we will remain deeply committed to helping people and changing lives. We are Penquis. We will always keep our communities at the center of our hearts and of our work and of our focus. We know the best way to support individuals and to continue to scale up to improve lives is to hold on to our strong community partnerships and to continue to grow them, to continue to engage in the whole family approach, meaning not to meet a specific singular need of one person, but to wrap around an entire family. We also know that looking at data to understand where the barriers are and then develop specific strategies and solutions in connection to them are key. Staff in particular, I want you to hear, and I know you know this, but we want to continue to work on being an employer of choice, understanding that the work is really rewarding, but can be very hard. Also that there is a staffing shortage. With that in mind, we want to be a recovery-friendly employer. We want to be as flexible as we can be in our work and supportive, and that we need to continue to be looking at that always. We also know that we need to be committed to innovation. Some of the things we're really interested in is actually considering how to do things more environmentally friendly, such as 3D printing homes. Can we engage in that work? We've purchased into a solar farm to help reduce costs and be better for the environment. And we're even talking about electric cars. Might there be a way to get foundation dollars or outside funders to bring funding into our state to better support some of the biggest needs we saw in the earlier community needs assessment? We are open to innovation. As we go forward together, we'll continue to be there for anyone who needs us. Thank you all for joining me in that and for staying strong to our future for a higher quality, healthier, happy community. So with that in mind, I know that some of you are very excited about the door prizes. I need like a drum roll, but I'm the only one here, so I'll do it myself. I have a lot of gifts to give away. And let me tell you, I will hold true to this. If you are here, you must write your name in the chat. If you do not write your name in your chat, our team will simply redraw those items from other attendees later on. Let me start. We have 8 bumper crop bucks. These are $50 bumper crop bucks. So these you actually can take to many, many different farmers markets and use them to buy whatever you would like. They are awesome. Here are the winners: Diana Weigel, Priscilla Denham, Vicki Rusbolt, Stacy Schaefer, Matthew Houghton, Sumaki Andrews, Carlos Mello, Julia Harrison. Those are the 8. Oh, look, people are writing in fast. Fantastic. And then we have, let's see the numbers, 5 $50 Hannaford gift cards. The 5 winners are Trudy Bacon, Sierra Colvin, Kim Dambois Curie, Brianna Stewart, Lucinda Gross, Laura Ryan. Oh, sorry, no, Laura Ryan's the next one. And so Lucinda Gross. Those are the 5. Then we have 5 $50 Bowie local cards. As I mentioned, Laura Ryan, Jay Muth, Lisa Adkins, Angel Homestead, and Megan Hannon. Congratulations to all of you. And now we're getting down to the big ones. But before we do the big ones, because I want all of our staff in particular to feel like winners, I want to also share that we have decided to do a little something extra for all of our staff. Those beautiful Wordles that you saw, the graphic designs that are very pretty, we're going to take the one that we think is just the one that best captures your work over the last year, and we're going to actually put it on the back of a Penquis Wear t-shirt, but we're actually going to have them be, for those who want them, the woman's cut with the V-neck, which for all of those of you who attended agency days, we had a lot of conversation about the benefit of a woman's cut t-shirt for those who want them. So you could either have the unisex, or I can see in the woot, yeah, V-neck. I know we've talked about this, the t-shirt that fits. So it'll be a beautiful Penquis t-shirt with a gorgeous Wordle on the back. So within the next few weeks, you'll see an email where you can actually sign up for the one you want, and it will be shipped directly to your home. This is a small thank you for all that you do every day, and also in a cut that you might like. So I love it that people are happy about that. Okay, so the final few gifts. We have 3 $500 Visa gift cards. The first one is, the winner is Catherine Allett. Second one, Joanne Twaddle. Third one, Stephen Tilney. I can picture your excitement and your clapping and your cheering in my mind, just so you know. And then we have a gorgeous outdoor fire pit. And the winner of the outdoor fire pit is Katie Buckland. Congratulations, Katie. And the big final prize, a $1,000 gift card to the New England Outdoor Center in Northern Penobscot County. And if you haven't been there, you should. It's just gorgeous. The winner is George Tapley. Congratulations to all of our winners. You are just amazing. Now, quickly, before you go, I want to say thank you. Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for joining us and honoring Sarah. And thank you for joining us and hearing about the accomplishments of our staff and our organization in partnership with many others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you go out, enjoy this June 21st, beautiful first day of summer. Please see this ice cream cone and think of Sarah. And please remember that life can throw many things your way. So when you have a moment for joy, please take it and eat the ice cream. Thank you so much for all that you do. Have a wonderful summer and a great year. Take care. Have a good night, everyone. I'm seeing you. Thank yous and goodbyes. Take care. Have a great night. I don't want to go. I like watching the chat.